What's up, you guys, and welcome to another edition of the Rope and Rumble Wrestling News. I'm your host, Chase Harmon. I'm making a predictions video today for Elimination Chamber tomorrow night. Guys, we have a stat card. I cannot express to you how excited I am about this card. There are so many storylines going into this that could be amazing for WrestleMania and beyond WrestleMania. So, guys, I cannot contain myself. I have to dive right in here. I got the card list right here. Let's get to it. So, the kickoff match is going to be between Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson versus The Miz Taraj. And guys, I can't express to you enough, it's been such a lackluster feel heading up to this match. They randomly pair Finn Balor with Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson on Raw. They haven't done that much in the past few weeks, and honestly, where Finn Balor is right now positioned on the card in this Elimination Chamber match, I don't think this match is going to benefit Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, and I think the Miz Taraj has the 3-1 advantage anyway. And plus, they're wanting to build up the Balor Club, and one way to do that is to slowly build momentum for them. And I think that it's going to start after Elimination Chamber, leading up to WrestleMania. And I honestly feel that's where they're going to get their big win against the Miz Taraj and future factions coming up. And so I see this going towards the Miz Taraj's favor. They got the advantage. I honestly think they should stretch out this program until WrestleMania and give the Balor Club the big win at WrestleMania. So, guys, I'm giving this pick to Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. So next we got the Raw Tag Team Championships, and guys, I can't tell you, I honestly think I feel worse about this match heading in than the Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson match. I know Titus Worldwide has gotten a couple wins up on Sheamus and Cesaro as of late, and it's actually been pretty amusing. But honestly, I think, you know how the 50-50 booking goes. You know, they get a win on Raw or they get a win on SmackDown. Heading into the pay-per-view, they lose. So honestly, I don't see Titus Worldwide winning the Tag Team Championships, but you never know. Anything can happen in WWE. Anything can happen in the world of wrestling. But you guys, I honestly feel like Sheamus and Cesaro are going to just murder Titus Worldwide. I don't think they're going to have any chance unless they're really going to push Apollo. I can't say Apollo Crews anymore. They dropped his last name due to the unfortunate incidents in Florida with the shootings. But Apollo and Titus, I think that they really need to build themselves up some real momentum before being randomly thrown into the Raw Tag Team title picture. I don't think they're ready. I don't think they're even close to ready, you guys. And so I honestly think Sheamus and Cesaro are going to dominate this match. They really need, if they're going to keep the titles on Sheamus and Cesaro, and they're not going to keep wishy-washy and throw them back and forth, you know, being paper champions for the 5th time now, I think. I really think they need to build some real momentum and give them some good title defenses if they're going to be a team for the foreseeable future. I know Sheamus is thinking about possibly retiring in the next few years. You know, he's getting up there. I think he's over 40 now, or at 40. So I don't think they're going to be a team for too many more years, but I really think if you want them going down in history as one of the greatest tag teams, which in the past, years or two, they have been the flagship of Raw as far as the tag team division. I mean, they've won it, 4 or 5 times the tag titles. Even though they haven't had many defenses, I honestly feel like they need to give Sheamus and Cesaro this defense at Elimination Chamber. Build Titus Worldwide up. I mean, they still have a long way to go. You know, Dana Brooke is just now being a part of it. There's a lot of things still that she could do as a manager or a person on the outside for the faction. I honestly feel like Apollo could grow more. Maybe they could split them up and do individual single matches just to showcase more of their talents. Because let's face it, Titus O'Neil, he's a freak of nature. I mean, he's got a physique that a lot of wrestlers wish they had. He's got a presence that a lot of wrestlers wish they had. I feel like individually they need to build them up and then put them together as two dominant people and build some momentum as a tag team and then let them challenge for the tag titles. It makes no sense why they would just throw them into a random tag team title match with really no momentum other than a couple seemingly fluke wins over the tag team champions the past few weeks on Raw. I think I'm going to go with Sheamus and Cesaro here, guys, to retain the titles. I don't see it any other way right now. I honestly wouldn't even like it any other way right now. But what you could do is the following weeks, after Elimination Chamber, if Cesaro and Sheamus retain the titles, is just have Titus Worldwide try to chase the titles again, try to build their way back up so that maybe they could challenge again at WrestleMania and actually win the titles, and there could be a huge celebration, the big underdog celebration for Titus Worldwide. I think that would be really great. So as I said, I'm going for Sheamus and Cesaro to retain. Okay, so next we got Woken Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt. And since they started this feud, honestly, I'm going to be honest, the only thing I can remember the past, couple months they've been in this feud is just a bunch of laughing, a bunch of nonsense being said, a bunch of empty words if you want to say it that way, but just a bunch, the laughing vignettes, back and forth, one's in the ring, one's on the Titantron, vice versa. I mean, there is so much more they could have done with this feud, and I'm praying to God that after Elimination Chamber, this is really going to pick up, and they're going to have a huge blow-off match at WrestleMania. Something huge is going to come out of this. The feud is just going to explode. They're going to have, I feel like with Jeff Jarrett going in the Hall of Fame this year, and him now being somewhat involved, I'm thinking backstage, at least with talking to the talent, that he would be able to give, Matt Hardy some advice as far as furthering the character, what he can incorporate in this feud. Bray Wyatt is awesome as is. They just give him a lot of terrible material, and he hardly ever wins, so his words don't mean anything. And Matt Hardy, to be honest, as Woken, really hasn't been built up all that much since he started this feud. It was almost like he had one match he lost against Elias, I think it was, on Raw a couple months back, and all of a sudden he became Woken, or seemingly Woken, and they just kind of jumped into this feud, and it's really gone nowhere so far. But so I hope at Elimination Chamber, this is the start of something amazing, an incredible program leading into WrestleMania. I hope it has something incredible in store for WrestleMania and something further. What I'm hoping, I don't want to really jump into fantasy booking right now because I will make videos on that later on, but what I'm hoping is that either they're going to bring in, broken Matt Hardy's wife and Senior Benjamin, and they really try to build up something with this faction. I really hope WWE looks at what he did in TNA and see what kind of a success. It just took the world by storm. All three of those people being in such an incredible faction, incredible storylines, incredible moments in the wrestling world the past couple years. I hope they bring them in. I hope they do something with that. But my other thing is, I think that if they don't have anything else planned, I think it will be absolutely unique and incredible. And they have such similar characters, Woken Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt, as is. I think it would be a really cool thing is if they became a tag team, or maybe even created some kind of a new Wyatt family or something like that. Since the Bludgeon Brothers are doing their own thing on SmackDown, I think that Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt could do something like that. But guys, I don't know really who is going to win this match. I really would like to say it's going to be Matt Hardy, because I know they had the match at Raw 25. and Bray won like very cleanly, I might add, and it was quite a short match, and really I think one-sided on Bray's part. I really don't know who's going to win this match, but I would like to say it's going to be Woken Matt. But who knows? It could be Bray up until some more character developments with Woken Matt Hardy. We're going to see, guys. But I'm going to give it to Woken Matt this time at Elimination Chamber. I'm going to see where they're going to take this with Woken Matt as victorious on this card tonight or tomorrow night. So that's my predictions on Woken Matt versus Bray. So next we got Ronda Rousey's contract signing. And I got a friend on Twitter that I've been talking with since setting up the page. And I know she's a huge Ronda Rousey fan. And I know you know who I'm talking about if you're out there watching this video. I know this is probably who the moment on the show that she's looking forward to the most. I am extremely excited about it. I do not know what will happen during this contract signing, but there's going to be some kind of shenanigans or setup for what Ronda Rousey's position will be at WrestleMania. What the rumors are is that she will be teaming with a male superstar. They were talking about getting The Rock to play off the little storyline match that they had at WrestleMania 31 with Rousey being in the audience, The Rock pulling her in, and then they had the confrontation with Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. What I'm thinking is that they're going to do something like that. The rumors are it could be Braun Strowman as her partner because The Rock is busy making movies and he's got these insurance liability agreements in his contract that he can't breach. The other rumor is that it could be Seth Rollins. Who really knows? But I think whatever the storyline is heading into WrestleMania, this moment on this pay-per-view is going to be incredible, and it's going to be original. It's going to be epic. It's never happened before, obviously. Ronda Rousey being in WWE, it's a big deal. They've been blowing up social media, promoting the women's evolution like crazy now that she's in WWE. I think whatever it is, it's going to be an incredible moment in WWE history. It's going to be an incredible moment leading up to WrestleMania, and hopefully it'll be leading up to an incredible wrestling match with her, because I know she's been training really hard with, I believe it was Brian Kendrick, the Brian Kendrick she's been training hard with, and probably a couple other trainers as well. But from the rumors that I've been hearing, she's been doing well. She's on point. So this moment here on Elimination Chamber is going to be very exciting, you guys. And so next we got Asuka versus Nia Jax, with the stipulation that if Nia Jax wins, not only does she beat Asuka's streak, but she gets added to a triple threat match for the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania alongside Asuka. That is the rumor. So I honestly don't believe that they're going to end Asuka's streak right now. I mean, she's doing so well. I honestly don't think they're going to end her streak till well after she's won the women's title. Well after she's had many successful defenses. I think they would be stupid. WWE would be stupid to end Asuka's streak right now. Not that Nia Jax isn't a formidable opponent. Not that she isn't dangerous. Not that she isn't a person that Asuka should be afraid of in some senses. It's just that it's not the right time to end Asuka's streak. And there are other ways that you could put Nia Jax in a women's title match. I mean, Asuka hasn't even chosen who she's going to fight for the women's title. She has not chosen, because Ronda Rousey, if you remember, she interrupted Asuka's moment at the Royal Rumble. She did not get to choose if it was going to be the Raw champion or the SmackDown champion. Who knows yet? All I know is I do not believe that Nia Jax will end the streak, and I don't believe she'll be added to a triple threat match for the Raw Women's title at WrestleMania. What I believe is that Asuka will win, and I believe she will challenge for the SmackDown Women's title at some point in the future. Who really knows? We will see. The rumors are that she might challenge for the, she might face Charlotte on SmackDown for the SmackDown Women's title, so she might be heading to SmackDown to win that. And then it's going to be Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss. The rumor is that she will retain her Raw Women's title in the Elimination Chamber match. And it'll be a one-on-one match between Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's title at WrestleMania. So we'll see, guys, but I'm giving my pick to Asuka. I really think she's on a roll. WWE would be crazy to end that right now. I don't see Nia Jax winning. So that's my pick, Asuka. Go figure on that one. So next, we have the long-awaited, the most highly anticipated thing right now on the card, aside from maybe Ronda Rousey. The first ever Women's Elimination Chamber match. We got Sasha, Bayley, Alexa Bliss, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, and Mickie James in this match. Honestly, talent-wise, this should be incredible. I know these girls are going to work incredibly hard to make it the most memorable thing of this year, even maybe more memorable than the Royal Rumble. Elimination Chamber has always been one of my favorite pay-per-views, actually. Been one of my favorite matches in all of WWE and all of wrestling. I think they're going to work incredibly hard to make this very memorable. And really, I'm just going to give my eliminations in order of who I think is going to go first on this, because really there's not much that can be said about this match, it being an elimination match. I think they're going to take the safest bumps that they possibly can, and it's a good thing they waited to have the new Elimination Chamber debut with a more padding outside of the ring. So that now when these ladies have this match, they don't have to take as hard as bumps as the men did back in the day. So I honestly think it's going to be very safe bumps for the most part. I think they could take some risk on the pods or through the pods, but as far as like on the chain link, I think they're not going to take as many risks. But who knows? Maybe they'll go all out. Maybe I have a feeling they're going to have ever Extreme Rules matches later on this year when the pay-per-view comes. But honestly, this is my predictions on who's going to be eliminated first in order up until the last two people, and then my pick on the winner. So honestly, I think it's going to be Mickie James going first. I really think since she's come back, she's been focused on putting over the younger talent, the new talent. I really think Mickie James will be the first one out. Then I would probably say it's going to be Mandy Rose, because out of Absolution, I feel like she was the least talented. And not that she's not talented by any means. She's just not, I would say, not as established as maybe Sonya Deville and definitely Paige. So I would say Mandy Rose is going to be second. And then I would say it's going to be probably Sonya. They've been doing really well with pushing Sonya in Absolution as of late. But I would say that she'd be going next because, you know, out of all six women in this match, your top three is going to be Bayley, Sasha, and Alexa Bliss, obviously the champion. So what I would say is Sonya's going to be next. And then I would probably go with Sasha Banks. And the reason why I say Sasha, I know a lot of people probably be mad by me saying Sasha because she just had the Iron Man part in the Rumble. She's been doing great with that. But now they're teasing dissension between Bayley and Sasha. And I think Bayley will be the one to pin Sasha Banks to further this storyline, to further the dissension between the friendship. I think it's going to continue to WrestleMania, and then we're going to see a heel turn. I don't know if it's going to be Sasha. The rumor could be Bayley. I don't know, but I think that this will continue that feud if Bayley pins Sasha yet again like she pinned her on Raw a week or two ago. I think it's going to end up being Bayley and Alexa Bliss. I think that in the end, Alexa Bliss is going to retain. The rumor is that she's most likely going to retain. I think that you have a lot more that you could do leading up to WrestleMania with Alexa Bliss as champion. So I think in the end, she is going to be the one retaining her championship in this Elimination Chamber match. And so, with that being said, with my pick being Alexa Bliss retaining the women's title, we have the very last match on the card. And you guys know it's going to be the most chaotic, it's most exciting, I think, aside from the women's Elimination Chamber match. I'm looking forward to the most because it's the first ever 7-man Elimination Chamber match. And what I'm thinking they're going to do, I can't quite remember if I heard anything otherwise, but what I'm thinking that they're going to do is they're going to start it off as a triple threat inside the ring with 3 people, and then they're going to have the 4 pods. So, in this match, we got Miz, Braun, Finn, Reigns, Rollins, Elias, and Cena. This is going to be incredible Elimination Chamber match. I honestly would say this is going to be one of the best Elimination Chamber matches in recent memory, just because they've been working so hard on building up Elias. They're now trying to build up Finn. Braun has been on an absolute freaking monster tear the past few months. I would say the past 6 months even. I think this is going to be an incredible match. And these are my predictions on the elimination order. It could go any way, honestly, but I honestly feel that, and they've been building on this since last year. They've had this in mind, WWE, on who they're going to want to face Brock Lesnar, because the winner of this match is going to face Brock Lesnar for the Universal title at WrestleMania. So, without further ado, I honestly think that The Miz is going to go first. I mean, really, The Miz is not going to stand a chance with anybody in this match. Unfortunately for him, he does not going to cut it. I mean, it's very possible that he's going to be at ringside during the Miz Taraj match to get his time in on TV or whatever. But I feel like he's going to be the first one out in this match. I don't see it going any other way. I think Elias is going to be next. They've been doing a good job on pushing him as of late, but I don't think they're going to push him above, Cena, Finn, Rollins, and Braun, and Reigns. I just don't think they're going to do it. So, yeah, after Elias, I honestly think it's going to be Cena going next. And I think it probably could be Rollins that pins Cena. And maybe they could set up a program for WrestleMania. Who knows on that? There's a lot of theories going out there on who Rollins is going to face or what his position is going to be. Another rumor is that it could be Kurt Angle to further the storyline with the dissension between him and Rollins and Jordan whenever he comes back from injury. So who knows on that? But after Finn, I think it's going to be Rollins that goes next. And I feel like whatever that happens in the match leading up to that is more or less where they're going to go heading into WrestleMania with Rollins' plans and his position on the WrestleMania card. And then honestly, it's going to be down to Reigns and Braun, the 2 most dominant people in the match anyway, honestly. The 2 most dominant people in a long time in the past year in the company. So I honestly think it's going to be down to them 2, and they're going to have a heck of a match. They're going to tear it up in that chamber. They're going to beat the crap out of each other. They're going to put each other through hell in this chamber. And honestly, I think the plan is still going to be the same for what it's been the past year, and that's for Roman Reigns to win the Elimination Chamber, to go on to WrestleMania, to face Brock Lesnar for the Universal title. They never had a decisive finish at WrestleMania 31 because of Seth Rollins cashing in Money in the Bank in the main event. They have not, I don't think they've had a one-on-one match since WrestleMania 31, and they're going to want to put over Roman as much as they can. So honestly, I think Reigns is going to win the Chamber. He's going to go on to beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, but that's a whole other predictions. I think they're going to continue pushing him as hard as they can. Whether you think that WWE is shoving him down our throats or not, I think that they're going to continue pushing him as a top guy, the big dog. So that is my predictions on the Elimination Chamber match, the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. So tell me what you guys think. Send me some comments on the video. Write me on Facebook. Write me on Twitter. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys feel. Just give me a shout out, guys. If you got any questions, if you got any theories, I'd love to hear them. I'm always up for theories and rumors and speculation. That's what drives me. I think it's really awesome for everybody to try to be a part of this community that I'm trying to build with Rope and Rumble Wrestling News. So if you guys have any other questions or concerns, I'm going to be posting another video for Raw's review tomorrow night. Monday night at the end of Raw. It's going to be a late episode, so I'll probably get it up and going around 1 o'clock in the morning, I would say. That's Eastern Standard Time. But in the meantime, guys, I'm going to keep trying to get news out. I'm going to be posting on Twitter and Facebook starting tonight. And guys, if you have any questions, just message me. And guys, remember, stay united.